Hey guys, my name's Steph. I am Botanist Cool. Today we are playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Chip, welcome on in. How you doing today? I'm here today with the Ace Attorney expert herself,
Katie.
Katie. Now Katie says the Great Ace Attorney. By the way, I have a whole spanakopita right here. I will be picking at it through the stream because I am hungry. But it's legit like just a whole spinach pie. It's legit an entire plate. So I will be eating this. But I've been told this game is wild.
I love this game a lot. It's definitely like, it might be my favorite Ace Attorney game. Definitely up there. Again, it's been so long since I played Investigations, but yeah,
I think I can do vibrations here. I take a look at all these things here. I think there's anything I need to do. I should be good. But yeah, it's one of your favorite games.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I love the music. It has some really fun cases. I can't think of any like the trilogy is very good. I can't think, but sometimes the cases like really drag. Like it could just be like the first time playthrough's joy of when I crushed it all in like a couple days, but like I don't remember any parts like really dragging or any parts like all of it was like I'm excited to see where it goes. That was me constantly
with this one.
This game. Yeah, it's like I can't wait to see where this goes.
Gotcha. I am excited to see where this goes because
there were only a few times that I was like kind of ahead of the logic and kind of like, all right, come on now. But that's just because I'm an Ace Attorney expert and so like especially like during tutorial cases, I'd be like, I already know to inspect the stuff in 3D. We're not there yet. Okay.
We have 3D inspections already.
Little bit.
Okay, let's go. So we're gonna have a lot to do.
The first one, the first case pretty takes its time walking you through like all the new mechanics, because there's several mechanics that are like sprinkled throughout the series. In the Great Ace Attorney, like it takes a mechanic from, I think it was first in Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, if not.
Oh, so there's only two of them in here.
Yes, so
there's the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve.
Yeah, so they originally came out as separate games, which I can't imagine, because to me, these games are more linked than the trilogy, so like...
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the trilogy wasn't like always heavily linked, but it was really like, it really wrapped up nicely.
The first game leaves a lot of open-ended stuff, which is addressed in the second game. Like, when you finish the second game, you're not like, what the heck? But like the first game, I can't imagine finishing that and being like, what the heck? So many unanswered questions about what's going on.
Well, we're gonna start this because I'm really excited to get this going.
Just realizing there's another game in the game. Did you not realize there was the Great Ace Attorney Adventures 2?
So I know the trilogy came with 3 games, obviously.
I was looking at Holothura.
Yeah. And then there's apparently Resolve, which is 2 different ones. So I'm really excited to get it for my first playthrough of both of them.
Yeah, so
I'm excited.
So this is the first one, and then
Holothura never knew. Oh no!
You must have been suffering with how unresolved everything was.
Now there is a second one where you can see Herlock Sholmes again, and his beautifulness, which I've been told you either decide he's an absolute idiot or a genius or somewhere in between.
No. You will firmly believe he is both at the same time once you're done with this game.
I'm a little blind and valid. Hi, little blind. I'm Steph. Let's go. I hate that I have to make new voices. Let's actually listen to this.
The Empire of Japan.
Ooh.
After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
Ooh, okay. We actually have voiceovers.
Yeah,
The
only in
revolution
some.
washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some...
Yeah, bring up back all the old voices. Sherlock Holmes will talk like Gumshoe. Whoa! He dead.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Let's go.
Let's go. Episode 1, The Great Departure. Wait, wasn't that... Is that the player character? Isn't that like
That's the main character. Yeah, sure is. He's pulling an Edgeworth, boy.
Oh, God! Supreme Court of Judicature... Oh, my God, there's so many... That's such a long title. Can't you say Defense Courtroom, please, and thank you? I still can't believe it. I'm gonna do the same thing. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. Main character is gonna be my normal voice. You know, everyone else will have a fun little voice, and it'll be everyone will have a variation of California voices. They'll be like, one person who talks like this. Oh wait, that's Larry Butts. Never mind. I'll put Larry Butts somewhere in here. Don't worry, guys. Is there a Butts character? That's not Herlock Sholmes.
I'm trying. Herlock Sholmes is not Butts. Don't even compare them. I'm trying to think offhand.
Yeah.
Offhand, I can't think of one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know if any come to mind. But
Sure.
if they do, they're a minor character.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be just beyond this doors to this quiet little chamber? This is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate. Hey, Elijah, shout yourself out, please. My best friend, Elijah. They have a guy standing here. Perfect. What? Oh, nothing. Xavier Glare's murderer. Sorry. I don't think it's a Butts character. My name. Oh fuck.
It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Naruhodo, by the way,
Is Wright's actual name, right?
Yeah, because Naruhodo is a pun off of Japanese for, I think it's like I see or I understand, which is why they translated it to right, so you can have the puns like right. Right.
Do you see I see? Yeah, you trying to stay ahead? Yeah, make sure you stay ahead. I mean, it won't be too hard. We only do like one episode a week, so you should be good. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I am a second-year student. Oh no, he's a student too! I'm a second-year student in the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! Oh, that's right. Oh god, this guy looks like a cool guy. Hold on.
He is a cool guy.
By the way, look at that defense. I see that R badge. Same style that the badge has down here. Same style as our Whooper Boy badge. Same emblem.
Yep.
I like that. All right. It's almost like they thought through this. You know, it says this was a prequel to like an existing game in a very roundabout way. Anyways, what voice am I giving this guy? I think he's got the wind blowing on him. You got a good point. He's got wind in his hair at all times. Oh my god.
Like the coolest samurai voice, whatever that is.
Oh, okay. Coolest samurai voice? Is that the vibe? All right.
That's the vibe. I don't think that's a spoiler.
Oh fuck! I gotta make a cool voice. Yeah, something like this. He's not obligated to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. He has a fucking katana! Let's go! He's just like, I'm gonna kill you, officer. Here's my sword to threaten you. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Oh my god, he's a student too? And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave.
Ah, snap.
Woo! Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspaper these past few days. You made a university professor murdered in cold blood by students. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? There's a man off screen with a fan pointing at Kazuma. Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean? I believe in you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Also, in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years... Oh, wow, okay. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyways. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes. That's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma! It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last! I know! I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you and proud as your friend. These is so many no homo qualifiers. What's happening? I'm sorry, but like, how much are they just...
Don't even worry about it.
How much are they just being like, yeah, he's my best friend. Oh, I'm so happy for you. As a friend, this is a natural conversation we're having. As a friend, I am naturally talking to you as a friend. How many qualifiers?
I am sitting on so many jokes you don't even know.
How many qualifiers do we have to sit on here? And please share the jokes. Go for it.
I can't. We're not there yet.
I am proud of you as a friend. You hear? As a friend. There's not a soul in this university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. As a friend. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. As a friend. Say again?
Yeah, some mysterious aura billowing around him. A constant wind, if you will. Look, even in the flashback, still billowing.
Yes. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too.
What a shame, we'll never get to see it.
Then come with me, as a friend. We'd have the wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's city of London, together, as friends. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little while longer and definitely not murder anyone on accident. Good idea. Murder is illegal now since we just got lawyers. After all, it's not every day.
That's how law works.
I know,
There's
right?
no laws until you get lawyers.
Exactly.
You can't have a lawyer without the law, and it works vice versa. They both spawn in at the same time.
Spawn. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner.
I didn't say no homo.
We're just friends here, buddy. We're just friends. As I've said multiple times. It was straight after.
Sure it was straight after that?
It was straight after that I realized I was gay. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Who is this?
I think give it like.
I'll give him a normal voice, then I'll make one when I see the character.
Okay, sure.
Asogi, may I have a word? Oh. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result, in which case we may have to give you a bit of a tutorial. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then.
I shall accompany you.
All right then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes. Thanks, Kazuma. Is she like a spirit medium, or is she like I feel like this is like the new Maya, right?
She's not a spirit medium.
Ah, so we got no spirit bullshit to deal with?
Oh, you'll have some bullshit to deal with, just not spirit bullshit.
Ugh, this is awkward. He's staring daggers into me. I hate it. His eyes move from staring the other way to staring right at me, and I'm actually intimidated. Like, me, Steph, I'm actually a little intimidated right now. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's all right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree with Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. You're really pounding that in, guys. Come on. Fight him, no, Chip. I don't want to fight him. Go on.
Nope. It's just...
Wasn't what I say with pounding it in? Is that what you're gonna comment on?
Maybe.
Best friends in orange, yeah. You guys are best friends. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked. Never granted again. So it goes from Edgeworth and Phoenix to best friends, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the word he uses is what Yami Yugi uses for partner is Aibo. Or whatever. Yeah.
But we all know how Yu-Gi-Oh fans take those two. And it's a little
absolutely.
weird.
Listen, I was not defending the friendship angle with that statement.
Amazing. All right. What? Ah, I suspected. You were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has chosen from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it! I swear I'm not the murderer! I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. Where is this going?
Where is it going?
Why are we saying I do the moment we get into a court with our long-term friend?
You know, romance.
This is gonna be apparently a very like heavy male voice, so I'll be speaking a lot and Katie won't be, but like Katie is here to make offhanded jokes.
Yeah. This case starts off very male heavy.
Starts off. Are we getting other characters in the future?
I mean, we'll be getting like, you already saw like one girl comes by, so I'll be voicing her. So, but like,
yeah,
most of the people here are gonna be men because women aren't really super allowed in the courtroom. So.
Say I do to be best friends forever with a little smooch, just a little smooch, just a little smooch. I do, but what will the question be? Not everything involves love between the main character and his friend. You know, not everything does until we make it that way.
We're just memeing, don't worry.
Yeah, 100%. Before I do lurk, it's a blessing because I can scream at Katie's DMs. Listen, it's very, very queer. We'll see. Surely not. You accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Ooh, the judge snuck in there. It would appear the surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyways. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, absolutely no idea what lay ahead, I embarked on the unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Please tell me we get. Oh my god, his eyes are so big. He is freaking out. Ryonosuke, stop freaking out, my dude. Are you okay?
I'm scared.
It's so scared. Oh my
baby.
god. The poor man. Yeah, it is. It's queer baiting. Yeah, I bet. Oh my god. And also terrified. Please tell me that the prosecutor is like a pain ancestor.
Well, why don't we play and find out? Seth?
So this is a courtroom. Man, they still got some of those they still have some of those very familiar sound effects. I love it. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. They all look like officers or like military men, actually.
There you go, Steph.
Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that have been demanded this be a secret trial. Secret trial? A trial that's close to ordinary members of the public. Only military government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, Ryonosuke. It's about to begin. Yes! Yes! Yes!
I'm just so excited.
It's
Wait till you hear his
pain!
name.
Oh, alright, what voice am I giving this guy? Oh. Do we see this judge a lot, or is this like a temporary judge?
He comes in a few times.
Okay. This game's kind of fire. Yeah, he is kind of fire. I kind of want to give him a younger voice, so I feel like he's going. I already gave so many deep voices out. Ooh.
Yeah, I was debating warning you because I knew that like this judge definitely has the vibes of a deeper voice. Like
Yeah. You know, I think I'm gonna go with this. The court will now hear the trial of Ryonosuke Naruhodo. Ouchie!
his name is Ouchie.
I hate this. This is so good.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. And look at the little badge. I love it. It's the same thing. Oh my god, his name's Ouchie. Oh god, it's so good. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency! As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That is correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normally, the procedure for the defense's advocacy to be decided 2 days... Normally. God. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Oh no, it's zooming in. It feels like so much pressure because he's zooming in. Oh my god, I'm zooming in so much.
What you want to say?
I kind of want to wait and see, but I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I am standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his defense. He's terrified. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be what? What are you playing at, Ryonosuke? Professor Mikotaba told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off.
Don't even, it's too easy. It's too easy, Steph, don't.
No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defense's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well, well! Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel, really?
Objection!
I just heard his voice, and I want to try to do it like his voice, but I can't because I just gave him a voice.
I mean, don't worry too. I mean, my
Yeah.
Francisca voice wasn't anything like.
Yeah, that's
actual
fair.
Francisca. So-
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent. He's confident he can speak for himself. Look at his eyes darting to and fro. Clearly shows a man of confidence.
Taking in information, analyzing. He's got this down pat.
He knows everything happening around here. He can see even into our souls. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all.
Oh, it could have fooled me.
Wow, the apple does not fall far from the tree. It really doesn't.
But like, I really like the sprites and.
It really
in this
doesn't.
game. It works really well. Like the eye darting animation wouldn't be as clear in not 3D. I feel like, and like a bunch of like. I just think it's very good.
Literally, the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Oh yeah.
It's so great. I love it.
Sprites in Ace Attorney are always pretty good. I do have to say in AA5 and AA6 I don't care for the sprite work as much.
Fair.
A lot of it just isn't as quite as like because it uses like a lot of designs that were clearly designed for 2D and tries to make it 3D and it just does not work.
Ah, gotcha.
But these ones it works pretty well.
Gotcha.
Because they were very clearly designed to work in a 3D space.
But yeah, I love how you just kind of see the relationship still. It's funny. It's like even like in the start, they commented on Ryonosuke's thoughts as if it was like, you know, because like Phoenix, it's apparently the thing that like he could think his thoughts are just on his face the entire time. That's what you were telling me.
Yeah,
Ryonosuke has the same thing. It sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, like, we already saw it where he was like, wow, my buddy's so impressive, and then he immediately said, I'm not that impressive. Like, that's the same sort of fourth wall breaking. It's because his thoughts are just written on his face type thing.
You're draining the man of water. I am.
He's so dehydrated, someone give this man
He's
a
gonna
drink.
die now. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, how do you look so bewildered?
Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated the most heinous crime indeed.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of the Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. What if Ouchie loses all of his hair? That'd be a big ouchie, man. Do I make myself clear? Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? Competence? What is that? I've never even heard of that. I love it so much. He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. I love him so much already. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. Oh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryonosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. As friends. All the relevant information in this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of E. Oh, come on, you're changing this up on me? God damn it. You can access the court record with a press of E. God, I might just change these options to like get it back to the old way that I remember.
You probably can go to options.
Alright. Key configuration. History tab. Court record people evidence. Let's change that from E to tab. I guess we can't do that. Never mind.
Or do you have to change history first?
That's T.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything else here that has tab? Nope, I just can't do it the old way. Okay. They're like, get over it, nerd. Okay, fine. If you've ever forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press E for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. University culprit, oh. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with E. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back. Taketsushi Aochi Yujin Mikotama. Let me see. I think he's my best friend, and despite being a student, he's a qualified lawyer. I mean, he is an authority for. I feel like he's the murderer. Anyways, prosecution would appear to have a little love for changes in the cultural reformations. God. The victim in this case, he was visiting professor of medicine at Yuma University from the British Empire. Alright, so John H. Wilson. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Then press R to present. Try now. Yes! Yes! The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of the esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yuma University 3 years ago. Looks like a nice man, or was a nice man, yeah. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. As most of you will be aware, we have signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Is that like an actual historical treaty?
I think it might be.
Gotta look this up real quick because like this is some corny ass shit if it's a real treaty. Anglo-Japanese Treaty. Okay, that came up really quickly. It was called the Friendship Treaty, not Friendship and Navigation.
Maybe it was different in Japan. I don't know.
Maybe.
But then again, like
it's based off a real thing.
Always
Yeah.
has had like a slightly altered history.
Yeah. It's basically based off the same thing, though, 100%.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your educations. Have you no honor?
But I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why the trial has these unusual peculiarities as it is? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think... Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. Partner in crime. I don't know his name, but still, I should go say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Please tell me I get an autopsy report. State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death? Well, obviously, that was, Ryunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select. Present. Do it now. Oh, God. I am tempted. I am tempted. Should I, Katie?
I don't know, man, up to you. If you want to be silly, go for it.
I want to be silly. The evidence that certainly shows the victim's cause of death is, of course, this? And on what basis do you present this evidence? Well, because it was in the court record, of course. Slow down. Why did you pick that? Isn't there something more relevant looking? Well, now that you say that, I suppose. Pick the wrong piece of evidence again, and it won't be a mystery as to your cause of death. Yikes. He sounds and looks deadly serious. It's kinda hot. Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. Look, I can examine it. Victim John H. Wilson, male, British, time of death, 19th of November, shortly after 2 p.m. Cause of death, single bullet fired at close range. Fatal hemorrhage from the pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound, bullet did not pass through the body. The pectoral means it went through the chest. And it did not pass through the body, therefore it's still in the chest. Oh, shoot, wrong button.
Yes.
Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Where to read, you imbecile? That's the post-mortem report, I take it?
Just like the case of the bullet in someone's shoulder, exactly. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. Oh. Okay. Right.
This so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime.
Oh, damn.
You can clearly see and discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by powder explosions. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Oh, damn. That's, you know. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the press record. I have no doubt that photographs in 2014 will look even better. So, that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, I better appraise the court with the facts of the case. The prosecution hereby calls its first witnesses, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes. Clearly, you're the defense lawyer today. Not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Oh, of course! When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Cosmo Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you could give me will be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, right into that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you raid into that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. God, they call themselves out in this game. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Oh God.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
It was him. It was him. It was him.
You keep jumping around like every time you see someone.
I mean, no,
You're like new murderer, new murderer.
it's always the butler like people, Chip says. Voice.
Only in foreign mysteries.
Ah, of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh God, he's coughing up blood. Are you all right? You seem to be coughing up some. Do you serve like that? Excuse me. What? It is a regular occurrence.
You know, tuberculosis be like that.
I casually cough blood while I am, you know, serving my customers. It is a regular occurrence. It doesn't really bother me.
Well, it really should. As everybody knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed by foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants.
And what is that word? I actually do not know what that word is.
Occidental?
An Occidental eatery 3 days ago.
Relating to countries of the West.
Okay. Understood. Osonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Oh,
Perspiring, maybe, but aspiring?
it was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. Wait, is this the testimony? Because it didn't say testimony. It didn't say enter testimony. Now I'm so confused. I'm so lost and hopeless.
Don't worry. It'll be okay, Steph.
I'm scared, Katie. I'm scared. This is so much change. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slept in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Wait. Why do we say yes? I'm sorry.
It's because in Japanese, he says hi, and hi is hi means yes, but it is more of a sort of interjection as well, or like it makes slightly more sense.
No, that makes sense. You're right. You're right. Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Hold on. Let me clarify something here. Well, I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor. I didn't shoot him. Oh, we do have objections. Let's go.
I mean, part of it is like he's not a lawyer yet, so he doesn't do objections.
Ah, good point.
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But
the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have the chance to fight back. For now, we must quietly listen to the witness.
if I may confirm 1 point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
Huh? Wait, what did he just say?
There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke?
That's just not right.
When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite of him at his table.
Gasp.
Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Fuck yeah, we get an injection, baby.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at his same table.
Dear me, dear me. What are we gonna do with you? With your blatant disregard of court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
I mean,
yeah.
I am a student, yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there a chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it! Oh god. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Goddamn. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That is right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. 1 second. There you go. I just moved my camera a little bit. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will now take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Not a tell! Not a tell! Oh, the woman didn't stab me, I promise. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. I wonder if it's that tuberculosis. What is this card has been added to the court record? So can I see this in 3D? Someone help this guy, please, right?
So, the court has now heard a process of the case.
Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. 2 days of turning, this is 4-3. Yeah, you should be scared, Ethanol. I'm scared too. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime.
Ethno, I think that Phoenix is in Capcom versus Marvel, or
he is in one of them. Yep.
He's in one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in the Capcom versus Marvel or something like that. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence?
You idiot.
You dumb best friend, and nothing more.
I thought you were just gonna say you dumb bastard.
You dumb bastard. Yeah, it's AO, yeah. Everyone keeps telling me that the trial's unusual about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so is the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the onset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? I thought you were going to say, you dumb bitch. You dumb bitch. Are you going to give up on yourself?
This is Phoenix's ancestor, Ethno.
Yeah, this is like his great
not-
granddad.
Ryunosuke is Phoenix's great however many granddad.
And I gotta say, that pain genetics is fucking strong, man. Like, they haven't changed in 400 years. From the 1600s to 2012, like that family looks exactly the same.
Is it the 1600s? I don't remember.
When did Japan open up to the No, it was 1800s. You're right.
Yeah.
So 200 years. How the pain bloodline? I know. Yeah. Yeah. This is 1800s.
Reproduction.
He's like,
they just clone themselves.
Boop, boop. He's like a freaking amoeba.
Yeah, this is the past. It's like the 1800. I forget. It gave an exact date, but I can't remember.
But I don't remember. It's in the history, isn't it?
So yeah, no fancy forensics, which allows for some fucking wild stuff to happen. Let me tell you.
I am so excited here. Let me see the court record real quick. Nope, I just said November 19th. Never mind. I was hoping to have a year on there. This battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Oh my god! The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see how decisive this evidence really is.
Nosuke's like, bruh.
Bruh, please, I'm scared. Don't do this to me. I want to see old bags relatives. Is there an old bag in here? Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchi, please continue with proceedings.
Tisk! Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but
Who the hell is calling you a saint?
Saying
I want
ouchie.
to meet this person.
My asexually reproduced budlings call me a saint. But I can be a devil when I want to be, which they also call me because I brought them into this world and I'll take them out. Am I going for like a Gilbert Gottfried voice in this guy?
I think so.
I think I'm actually going Gilbert Gottfried.
That tracks.
In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Payne isn't a bloodline, he's his own species, exactly. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Alright, who do we have? Oh my god. Wait, do we have two people on the witness stand at once?
We have 2 people on the witness stand.
This is too much change. I can't handle this, Katie. This is scary.
Don't worry, they really take their time. This case goes on for a while.
Oh, great.
But it's still a very fun case.
Okay.
Like I said, none of the case, this case only drags if you're trying to get past it. If you just sit back and enjoy it, it's great.
I love the military guy. We will see what he's like in a second.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
What's the voice am I giving him? He reminds me of that guy from Atlantis, but I don't know his voice. He does kind of look a little like Shelly the Killer, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant.
Oh, fuck.
I think it's Aisa Nosa.
Aisa Nosa, reporting for duty, sir.
Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the effluents of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premise in the 2nd District. Curio Korakuta at your service.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Maybe he's an ancestor.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea from the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with the interested parties regarding the curios which I make my business.
I can't understand a word the old man is saying. He's an antiques dealer. He sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He's obviously targets La Carnival because it's high class. It's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Oh, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. No, we're doing all-nighters for this game. We're finishing it tonight. I don't think we're finishing it tonight.
Definitely not.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man is impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldiers claim that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred.
Yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of a most...
Why do you guys use hard words now?
I mean, he's supposed to use hard words.
Yes, but like, come on, Capcom, I'm not
Also,
this
I
smart.
don't know if you can, like, hear some of the sound effects with your headphones on.
Unsavory memories of the most epic afternoon.
A child scream? What?
There are some strange noises going on, Chip. I don't know if Steph can hear them, though.
I just moved like my left ear so I can now listen to that.
I was ingesting a regular beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment,
A fire? I think that sounded like a firearm when he hit the ground, when he hit the freaking table, actually.
That was a firearm, but there's another sound you just talked over.
a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. A black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysterious, absconded, pure, precious curio.
Well, we know he's lying. I keep missing the scream? Oh, big F. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed a vital moment. You saw the split second the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Why is there a scream there? I literally waited for it. Why? Why is there a baby there? Katie, is there a reason?
Maybe. Who's to say?
He does have a knife. That's a good point. I have a knife! No! Every time we hear someone lie, does they say, is there like a baby sound?
No,
Please.
this is... Just trust me. It's okay, Steph. You don't have to solve this riddle right now.
Yes, sir, affirmative. That wicked university cadet, sir. This cruel and unforgivable enemy.
What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
Me and Katie knowing the game, handshaking. Oh my god. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anybody. Is it really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. And I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang! Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now.
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It's time to bring the despicable student to justice.
Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense demands its right to cross-examination.
me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
The prosecution objects. It's a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant.
Nope!
Cosmo is so commanding and so cool, and the wind billows at his headband so beautifully.
He really is just the coolest, though.
He is kind of really cool, yeah. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. All right, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. I love it's like a little slap, and he's like, wait, that wasn't as intimidating. Okay, that was nowhere near as intimidating.
I love him so much.
I love how I just looked at it. It was just really kind of funny. It was so great.
I love his... There's so much, like... Again, I really like these models because there's so much, like, little expressiveness in them that, like, wouldn't have come across with the old format as well.
Yeah.
It's just so cute.
It is. It is very cute.
And it really helps distinguish him from Phoenix as well, because they, like, you know, like, neither of them have very strong personalities in comparison to, you know, like...
Because it's supposed to be a little impressionable.
I mean, they're yeah, but and they're also supposed to be the straight man in a lot of things, and like they do obviously have like some differences, but like these little like quirks and everything really help drive them apart as separate characters.
Yeah,
and I really just love it.
All right then, it's all or nothing. I notice that typically I'm going a little higher on his voice than I would for Phoenix's. But also, goddamn, his eyes actually, his like face thing looked a lot like Phoenix's. I'm like, damn, that was. You can see the genetics there. So can I press? I can press. I do want to take a look at one thing though. Oh! I got a magnifying glass. Oh.
Yeah, because this was originally on the Switch, sorry, on the 3DS, so zooming in helpful.
I do want to take a look at one thing though. That's really cool. Okay, so you can't see a purse or anything in there. I was gonna take a look. Like, I know, like, we might have been able to prove there's a second person there, but see if there's like a purse in the background of this picture. But like, there's no purse. Okay. Is the judge the same judge bloodline? No, they do not have the same.
Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique?
Well, he's sweating bullets. I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. New clips? Oh no. All right then, let me raise my hand and please call on me, sir. That way I know that I'm being paid attention to.
He's a good boy. He's a good student boy.
He's such a good boy. I love him already.
He's a good student boy.
He's so awkward. It's great. Oh my god. This beefsteak you mentioned. What kind of food is that?
attention! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot.
Oh.
If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be the most highly decorated as a cutlet.
Right. I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? I love him, oh my god. Let me raise my hand because I need to use the washroom exactly.
Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it!
Yes, sir. I will, sir. On the double, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but, how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Ooh, sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah cry?
Negative!
Well, at least we learned he's a big beef. At least we learned he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. Getting some good clips, amazing. It's not easy knowing which questions to ask. I got Prime Presser as an achievement. Great.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Good question, Ryunosuke.
A Koban boy.
A Koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hawaiian period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with the said item secreted in my bosom pocket, in the hope of an affluent
Katie, why?
Most. Because, hey, learn new words, become well-cultured, etc.
in hopes of an affluent cognizant appraised of its indisputable value being present.
Me too, Bobby. Hollow guest me.
So you're hoping to sell your Koban coin
To Sergeant Nosa, who you met at the restaurant.
Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy.
You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Is it not so?
Well...
You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespectful to superior officers to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination.
Aren't you supposed to be saying insubordination? No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might just be the word I was looking for.
In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained a precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about the matters of business. The gentleman assigned me, who was grappling with his brailed veal at the time, was my sole prospect.
I see. I love how Rio's eyes darts around as if he's trying to avoid eye contact. Yeah.
Yes.
So, you're saying you actually saw me at the time? No baby crying.
Affirmative, I saw you. Laughing, cackling like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian.
The little slap is so adorable. But that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please.
What's that, Private?
Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table.
And so what if it was?
Well, if that's really the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun.
Kazuma's so good at this.
He is.
It's like, oh, a competent attorney. Hello.
Yeah, FNO is translated from "hi," which is like an interjection in Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, actually, funny enough, my boss actually did a few years in Japan, working in Japan, and she took that actually back. So whenever it's like, "Oh, hey, I need to talk to you," she's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Okay." You know, she actually kind of took that from Japan. I've been working there for a few years. Ah, and double ah. My sixth sense. Sorry? My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? Well, that's a whole load of bullshit. But it would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. Wait, is he wearing a baby carrier? Anyways.
Yes.
So this black uniform university cadet, you're saying that was... Ugh! I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. Who else would you see around here in a black uniform, huh? Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel. You unloaded the firearm on that man. Yeah, I just heard it again. From behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon, you disgust me. Aww? What is it, Ryunosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with the witness, with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it. Okay, so I know where the contradiction is. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, Ryunosuke. We know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is... I understand that. The question is how? Like I said before, the key is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness is giving testimony by pressing E. Go through each witness statement and the details about each piece of evidence. Compare all the facts. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. An inconsistency? Yes, we don't have the word for contradiction yet. Anyways, when you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other, ignore my last statement because that is a contradiction in its own. Present your evidence with R, then rip the witness apart. Finn. Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be given a penalty. If you don't too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart and you'll receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find an inconsistency with the witness's statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness statement over and over again as many times as you'd like. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck, partner. I can barely hear you, by the way. I know you were laughing before, but I can barely hear you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I think I was just doing a little light chuckle.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you're trying to say something as well. The problem is, here's my problem. Both of these show that they were shot in the front, But like, I feel like this is gonna be the most prevalent one. How you doing today, Finn? I hope you're doing fantastic. Excited to catch up on the VOD? Hell yeah, I'll be on YouTube too, my dude. But welcome in, my little pog champ. What about the weapon going into someone? Yeah. Not thrusters on the race cars. Not thrusters on race cars. No, this is not pod racing, guys.
Yes!
Please call on me, sir. Please call me. I have an objection to make. God, he's sweating bullets too, yeah. Wow, everyone's really quiet.
What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Throwing some photographic print in my mustache.
Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes! There's a clear inconsistency here.
Tisk! What? Nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't know already?
Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
Boy.
The poor boy.
I think this proves beyond a doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in the Grand Courtroom.
This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosmo, what?
For Cosmo's theme.
It's kind of baller, yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance of this photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant Yesa Nosa. Yes, sir, no, sir. God damn. It took me a second.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
Mr. Yesa Nosa.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
I just realized it.
I just got it too, so.
Hey. The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English teacher, on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes.
Yes.
Sir.
But no, that just can't be.
And why not, cadet?
Because. Take a close look at this print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
Ah!
Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh, what?
Get down there, boy. Oh, well,
What was that? Something just popped from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa?
yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were...
Look at the boy behind him. He's so happy. He's like, I'm here too, Dad.
Objection!
Objection!
The little baby babble giggle. I love it.
So cute.
Firmly fixed on delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What?
The last testimony the court heard was proven one thing beyond a reasonable doubt. The witness, Sergeant Yesa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd!
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in the grand courtroom. Ryunosuke's like, oh,
Yeah!
how the wasp came from exactly. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is. Oh, fuck you,
You
game.
said the name of the game.
Roll credits.
Fair. If anyone deserves the title, it's probably Kazuya.
Yeah, he is an ace attorney. I quite like him.
He's like, it's like, oh, this is what defense attorneys are supposed to look like when you're not derping around. Like, imagine like Edward is used to this, and then Phoenix rolls in like, I'm kidding. I'd like to interrogate the parrot.
Do we get to interrogate a parrot in this game?
I don't think so.
But anything as ridiculous as a parrot?
I'm trying to remember. I don't, because I keep getting mixed up with the Professor Layton game where you do get to
fair.
interrogate a parrot.
I'm so fucking shook by this case, by the way. I am excited, Elijah. He said it. He said the thing he did.
But I definitely saw him.
You're upsetting the baby, dude. Chill.
That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. The baby clearly killed him. Oh my god.
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Treasure.
Indeed, my Hawaii era koban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it's my habitual to place it in my bosom pocket in a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasu Tea.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you.
On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my Hawaii treasure. Believe that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not.
Wait, why are you doing a Yoda speech on me? It's already confusing me.
But I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, there was no more. It simply vanished. That koban vanished?
The baby clearly killed him.
Hunting under the table, I was in case. Mayhaps it had fallen there. And then it happened.
You heard the gunshot, you mean? You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hawaii treasure. Nothing could distract me.
God, he looks dead serious. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No,
I see.
that lamentable day, the precious Hawaii koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness's testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive, no matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing the next statements, it'll become abundantly clear that there was only one person who could have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting sequel to testify, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Named Adio. I don't know, sir. I don't know, sir.
His name is I don't know, sir. Oh my god, so funny. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Ido, tension!
You're
Your father's at the quality enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
all right. Before we get into this witness testimony, I think we're gonna take a 5-minute break to get some water, get some refreshment if we gotta do that, and that kind of stuff. All right, guys. So we'll see you in like 5 minutes. All right.
Alrighty.
Bye, guys.
See you soon, guys.
God, I'm slow to press these buttons to get us on here. There we go. Hey guys, I'm back. So before we get going with the rest of this trial, I do want to say one thing before we do get going. We are actually doing a charity stream today for the for the LGBT Center of Orlando, Florida. Now, as many of you guys know, the LGBT community is oftentimes under attack by a lot of draconian, old-fashioned, or just frankly bigoted state and local legislator, and we want to provide some actual on-the-ground aid for the LGBT communities in areas that struggle, including Florida. The LGBT Center of Orlando provides aids in terms of legal aid, provides aids in terms of therapy. It has a food pantry. It also has a lot of awesome things like immigration aid and even aid for elders and stuff like that. So it's really cool, and it affects a lot of areas of life, not just the LGBT community, but also like it helps with food scarcity. It helps with immigration aid. It helps with voters' rights and voters' education. So if you have $5 or you have $1 or whatever you want to do, feel free to donate. And if you do have Amazon Prime and you want to put your Prime towards me, I'll be donating everything I get from the past month all the way through November. So we already have like $70 in that pool, all the way into this charity as well. So we are, and not only that, I'm matching $250 of my own dollars into here as well. So we already have a bit more there, but we have a lot of cool things. If you guys want to take a look at what I'm going to be doing, take a look at my Twitter. There's more information on what I'll be doing there. At $750, you guys get to make a chat command that stays here forever. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for your support so far. And if you cannot donate, share the event, go on Twitter, tell your friends, and say, hey, this nerd guy is looking at these like weird shaking old man and a military man with his kid for charity. That's what he does. You know, he just looks at these two weird men for extended periods of time. With his friend Katie, who's probably getting sick of looking at these two old men. All right, guys, let's continue on to this story. I am ready to find out what's happening. Oh, Christ. Are you ready, Katie? Do you know what's going to happen?
I know what's gonna happen.
Damn, all right. Even if I saw one at the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Apply that logic to literally anything else. Like, full stop. Apply that logic to literally anything.
What he's saying is not that insane, though, in theory.
It's like, oh yeah, I gave this person not H2O, but H2O2. It's almost the same thing. Like, one's gonna kill the person, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like it's, whatever.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Why are you talking like Yoda? Oh my god, he's pissing me off now. Furthermore, a visual search of the premise at the time confirmed that we were the only present personnel.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, standing by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. The kid's like, yeah, show him, Dad. Make sure he gets wrongfully arrested. I can't wait to see him rot in jail forever. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, he wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everybody there must have seen her.
Attention!
If you call yourself a lawyer, you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Oh, thank Christ. Thank you. That's what I'm going to need to prove you wrong. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? fuck? It doesn't. Are you kidding me? Wait, it does. It does. Because this shows that there's 4 seats on the table. And this shows there's only 2. That's just a small contradiction I've noticed. It's just one small thing I noticed. It may not be anything, but like, it's just something I've noticed.
Indeed! On the table of which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can be plainly seen, there's only one place set.
Certainly, based upon the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record.
I don't understand. What's going on here?
It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw the woman with him. It would seem we will be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies have just been heard. Leave no room for the witnesses' testimonies we have just heard. Leave no further room for doubt.
These are sensitive political times. As we know, the ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Aochi, will have contributed to the enmity of these 2 great empires is an honor.
Poor man.
Poor baby.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now's your chance to expose it, to draw the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood?
Disc! Rules can be so unbending at times.
There's 7 clips of the stream. What the fuck are these clips of?
No idea.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go back to see all these clips. Oh my god, what have you guys done? I do like that they add like a little thing here that's like, oh, you have 5 statements instead of like a random one, you know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah, and you can go back too.
Nice. Nothing? Oh, great. No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference in opinion of that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus a fledgling cadet. I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How could I? And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. So there you have it. You shot the gun. 100%. We didn't see you shoot the gun, but you did it because I blinked. Undeniable evidence right there.
What? Station!
The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? And let us not forget that the antique dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Gorakura-san?
He's like a chihuahua. That's what he reminds me of. Like a fucking chihuahua.
He does have the shakes of a chihuahua.
He has tiny chihuahua vibes. Maybe he did. Maybe he's an ankle biter and shot the gun instead of biting the ankle.
Yeah, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black. That much I did see.
Yes!
Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've told you, alright, it's only because I picked it off the floor.
Well, obviously as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
I just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed the gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, bang! A gunshot rang in my ears. Do we have to do ballistics? Like ballistic readings now? Like the fingerprints of a gun?
I think they had ballistic.
No, they didn't, but I just wanted to bring that meme back. Maybe that baby becomes Shelly the Killer. Maybe the baby becomes Shelly the Killer. The long line of Shellys, right? They're disgraced military men to killer. That would explain it, because we disgrace them here today, right? By proving them all wrong. And so they can never be in the military again. They are thrown out of the military, and then they become a group of mercenaries just slaughtering people.
Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Sorry? What do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Now I'm going to stab the person next to me. Whereas conversely,
Oh my god, I thought he was about to stab his own eye out for a second with how he moved his other hand. Holy shit. I was scared for a second. I was legitimately like, oh my god, I want to close my eyes. This would look horrible. Oh my god.
whereas conversely,
Oh my god, please stop doing that.
I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you with a pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear.
So is Katie. From my voice.
And yet, no one appears to have even caught a glimpse of this woman.
If only there had been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it's already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Which, of course, the place is almost empty. It's what you expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a place to eat. I mean, I don't know about you, but I wonder if there's a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is this, Counsel?
It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Fuck you. I want to say Katie's laughing right now. I can barely hear her, so I don't know if you guys can, but like, she's laughing.
I was cutting out a bit, I think. But...
Yeah. Oh, my hand's kind of going into the green screen. I gotta fix that real quick. 1 second.
He's becoming one with the.
I'm becoming
Ace Attorney.
one with the green screen.
The Ace Attorney. He is the Ace Attorney.
I am the Ace Attorney. There we go. Alright, cool. Hot Tub Clinic. Yes, there was indeed appeared to be an entry for the date in question. God damn it. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke? I hope not. Well, it is hard to see how it can be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Yes, 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 yes.
Nah, just turn your nose up at evidence. That's how you win Ace Attorney.
Yeah. I wonder if the loud burn sound effect survived in this trilogy. Fuck no. It's actually only 2 games, really. It's not a trilogy. If I may, I'd like to ask that medical report card be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
The ones I'm standing on.
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention the victim's movements prior to his arrival to the restaurants are no concern.
Whether or not they're not concerned whether or not they are up to concerns for us to decide. We have the right to explore all possible avenues.
He's becoming Edgeworth.
Fuck! Whether or not they're... whatever.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Tisk! Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights.
It's a most disturbing God, if this is not every GOPer. Hashtag fucking boomer. You can't do his voice as Edgeworth. That's for the wine dude. Wine dude. Oh, yeah. I want to see him in the future. I don't think he's going to get a Edgeworth voice, but he's going to get something all right. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. God, there's like a lot of nods here. Fucking Hada Clinic, though, of all of it. Well, we need...
There's a lot of like little minor things that have no real bearing on things in terms of ties, but they're still fun little nods.
What we need right now is more clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korakura-san.
Bark, I'm a chihuahua. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in.
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on this point. Isn't that interesting?
Sweetness and wine, oh my god.
And let us not forget the incontestable evidence that we have to support their statement as well.
Hold on 1 second. The magnifying glass. Look at this steak in detail, guys.
Sure is grainy.
Okay, matches. Fuck. Wait, hold on. The vase was moved. That vase was moved, guys. No, was it?
Hard to tell because it could be an angle.
It could be an angle thing, but my... Oh. Oh. That's the deciding factor. The fucking parrot all over again. I don't know, I think it's your green screen. What? Oh, this... Fuck,
The
not
black
again.
line.
It's back,
Oh,
yeah.
It's back.
Oh, I got it.
So I won't explain why, Steph, but you going back, some things you were doing just now are driving me insane.
There you go, should be fixed now. Thank you, Hollow.
Yep, it looks fixed.
Yeah, I literally just cut the green screen part off there. I just kind of like cropped it out.
As can clearly be seen, there is only one single beefsteak on the victim's table. Meal for one.
Real quick. Hold on. All right, so let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4 grill marks on that one. 1, 2, 3. Someone ate the steak after he died. Someone ate the steak after he died. There's 3. I feel like Katie just threw her headset across the room for a second. Like, Steph, why are you doing this to me?
A little bit.
Murder built up an appetite. Look, there's 1, 2, 3 grill marks there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Oh wait, no, never mind. I see the divot. No. No, I'm right. Someone ate it after he left. No. The antique stealer. God, now that you mentioned it, I slipped into. God damn it.
Had already been there for a while before I brought it up.
Yeah,
I
but
should've-
I'm trying to go for like. There we go. The antique stealer, the sergeant, the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if it were so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. It is a little edge-rusty to start with, but like, yeah.
Yes!
Why aren't you telling the truth?
What? Why did you say cadet?
I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Man was just hungry, exactly. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's not possible. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, there is just a case of these 2 witnesses alone.
Not just.
There's not just a case of these 2 witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
But I...
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof.
Maybe ask your mortician friend if a corpse can eat a steak while he's just dead in the cake. I can. They might kill me.
If no such proof exists, the prosecution demands no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It's a blatant waste of time of the court's time. It's a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I can say to that. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be too sure. Let's see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it with a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are ones that you may examine. Press space, and you can take a closer look at the piece in question.
Side to the left, side to the right.
Crisscross! Bah, bah, crisscross! Turn into a robot, yeah. Use. Oh, 3D, baby, let's go. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using WASD. God, this is in depth. Jesus Christ, okay. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there's something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Naruto, what the hell did you just say? I wish they put this in the anime every time they're just like, press E to see what happens. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use Maya and WASD and space to inspect any areas. God damn it. Oh! First and foremost, alright. It's a dentist. It looks like a medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment. That's why, with a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors then? Why would you? Make you drink horrible tasting medicine and give you painful injections. And then demand lots of money from you for the privilege, all when you're at your lowest ebb. Oh my god, please stop, this hurts. You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. For which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed.
Get dunked on.
Get dunked on. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem, just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yeah, I've heard of that anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effect has passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. That is important. Oh. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again. Don't you? Definitely. How do I go back? Oh, I pressed the wrong buttons. Oops.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, wrong button. Stop.
Your punishment.
It's a punishment for being too, what's the word I'm looking for? Too button pressy.
Yes.
Well, I think,
What are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could.
Sir, no, I'm literally just defending myself.
Yeah, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly, that cross-examination you just carried out. And you raised your hand straight up like that. So purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. I love you. All right, and thanks for the advice.
I love him so, baby.
He's learning. Gorakuda-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim.
Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on the report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
But that's, Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Tell him he's a fucking idiot.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies in the court have heard, the witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all. For that simple reason, there is no one else besides this pale-faced people who could have possibly...
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
What?
His first confident desk slam.
I know, right? He did a solid.
Sound effect and everything.
I know, right?
I'm so proud of my son.
He's done so good. He's done so good.
What? That outburst has petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean anything to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted?
What is this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating...
Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what?
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedures while the anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't!
Korakuda-san!
What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Additionally,
There's more.
you have assured the court with unwavering confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, just had one of his tooth extracted and would still experience the effects of anesthetics.
Yes, the objection, Thea.
Ooh, I dig it. Expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Use your head. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow that logic?
How? How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables at the restaurant's case. I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant's case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. He's still a little clueless. I love him. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel.
Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it?
All right, answer the question. The answer to the question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me. Banger alert. Yeah, banger alert. Obviously, it can only have been someone who was sitting at the professor's table.
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet, we have evidence that of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that the witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice to pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma,
Are you insane? You would take on the government!
with my one sword, yes. Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have an issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand.
What? What are you talking about?
We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that you two have deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously, you'll be charged with perjury.
Perjury!
And this is a murder trial. You will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Complicit? In murder? No!
No.
Negative! There was no mention of this in the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw a gentlewoman. That's what they told us.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
What did you just say, Kurakura-san?
Oh, no.
You were just following orders.
Now hold on, lad. I was
Say, you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Attention!
What? What is the meaning of this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Oh god, they are cowering. They are cowering. Oh, Jesus Christ. This 10 clip style? What the fuck?
Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue.
You see the baby on his back. That's cute.
Yeah.
Order. Council, explain what's going on here. No, there are not 10 clips, all because of me. Oh god, shit. It's painfully clear now. You try to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
Oh, he's pulling on his mustache. Oh my god. Even the baby's like, just tell him, Daddy, just tell him. I don't want to go to jail. I'm 2 months old, Dad. I don't want to go to jail.
that's classified.
So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you?
You wouldn't. This can't be happening.
Elastic mustache, yeah. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn dishonest by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Aoji had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any idea about who might be behind this? Who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to keep these So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make these witnesses keep their mouth shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his power or her power here. But how? Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clues and result. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, it's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it is proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait! Your Excellency!
The room on the card, yeah.
I had no idea of any of this. I swear on every Shinto god. I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about this, well, Your Excellency. Let's start searching these things up real quick. This plan of the restaurant names raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly! And that's not all. Look here in the upper left, where it says kitchen. Oh yes, what of it? No one would see those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean, you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Bloody hard at Ryosuke. Ryonosuke! Bland, hello, how are you, Bland? Let me give a quick shout out to Bland before we get on. God, Ryonosuke, please study. Oh, never mind, I got that one. turn it over.
Remember, you use a separate set of buttons to try and turn
Right. I forgot about that. Oh, damn. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look. You see, it says the witness's name here. Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, the business cards do tend to show a person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence, if they're wielding it somehow here. Can't do anything with that one. Can't do anything with that one. Can't do anything with that one. Fair enough.
And you rotate the attorney.
I was about to do that. Yeah.
Your class badge.
So is that a number
That's
that?
your class badge, I guess.
Does Phoenix have that same number on his?
I don't remember what Phoenix's number is, but I don't think it's that.
My personal student number is engraved on the back here. You lose your PIN, they won't accept you as a UMA student. You may not come in, they say. Of course, you get a new PIN made if you just tell them your number. I've actually lost mine twice already, but I still don't know my student number by heart. Oh my god. I always say to myself, I must forget to write it down somewhere. But then I forget to not forget that. Oh, it's a mood.
Relatable.
Ah, the symbol of Yume University. Every student wears this pin with pride. It's funny, but most emblems seem to be either round or rectangular. I like the spike design, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Although it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their fingers on their badges. Perhaps it was the idea of the founders, a sharp pin for a sharp mind or something. My pleasure, Bland. How you doing? Hope you have an awesome stream. Busy with something you want to lurk? Hell yeah, brother.
It's always fun to get these, like, side little dialogues. They're so fun.
Yeah. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes to my head. I'll wear that pin too, Chip. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness is... Oh, percentage R.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier.
Attention!
Poppycock! What reason? What about the reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Come on, Rinosuke. Time to hit the court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity as proven by this evidence.
Yes!
Boom, boom, boom. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree. It shows a great deal of attention. It shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card. That's of interest. I beg your pardon. Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes! It's the front of the back of the card! That's where the telling detail is!
I love you.
So good.
I love you, my boy. My
He's
son,
so good.
my child.
He's so good. Would someone please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card.
Look, he's so put out now. He's like, no one understood me.
The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession.
The waiter's profession.
Oh, I went immediately for the judge. God damn it. The waiter's profession. But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective.
You almost feel bad for Payne in this.
A little bit. You mean ouchie?
Yeah, ouchie.
Yeah, he's got a big
My
ouchie
bad.
on his record here.
Oof.
I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses, there in the stand. Was it, in fact, the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen a foreign gentlewoman at the scene?
Well...
Oh shit, he's here! Inspector Hosonaga! I was worried something like this might happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized there was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It is my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So you mean to say you really are a detective?
Remember when you were like, there's more detectives in
Yeah, that's fair. But why would a detective be working at it as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. Your salary must be... I was working undercover.
Rio no say.
What was he actually going to say? Your
gonna
salary
say
must
your
be
salary.
I was working undercover.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this one too. The new games too, I like, is that you can have the like history.
Yeah.
That's very useful, so you don't accidentally like, spam a bunch and then miss something.
Yeah. Undercover? Yes. There may have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can say categorically they are unrelated to the case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. Huh. As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite of the victim at the same table was a young lady, who I'm guessed to be an Englishwoman. Till the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was that then I received some special orders.
Special orders? You mean to say...
Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders.
But what if the Englishwoman was the killer?
I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has just been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the fatal woman in this case.
But it's not right.
He's still like darting his eyes everywhere. One possibility does spring up to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman.
What?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean... When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it was prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. Oh god, okay. The Englishwoman sitting at the university's professor's table was a certain Miss Jaziel Brett. Jaziel?
I think it's Giselle.
Jaziel Brett? Okay. She indeed is a foreign exchange student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty.
What is happening here?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to take no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered, this premise is false. It would be a desecration on our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
But Your Excellency! That would be missing the noon deadline for a ruling in order to send out telegraphic reports to the Great Britain.
The one in Great Britain. We're gonna stop at the continue. I think there's going to be like a continue scene soon, right, Katie?
I think so.
So we'll stop there.
Our own government would surely be displeased by such actions.
Call me your tip. Call me your tits council.
Emeritus Council. I don't remember exactly when. I'm trying to remember.
Can we
I'm
save?
so bad at
We'll save before the woman testifies.
I think you can save at any time, but yeah.
We'll save before the woman testifies. Put it like that, yeah?
Sure.
I will not allow the government of our country or any others to influence the proceedings of my courtroom.
Ah!
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Jazeel Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going as a special orders you're given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem. Oh, man's dying. See you later, Chip. Nothing will get in my way.
Yeah. You tell him.
I'll present fake evidence all day. Court will now adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student, Jazeel Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes! Your Excellency!
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued.
Man, I just want to keep going. I love this game. I love this game.
If I didn't have things to do tomorrow, I would heavily consider going another hour. Alright, but unfortunately, I do have things to do tomorrow. Which tanks completely. Alright, guys. That was good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a good game so far. I've been quite enjoying it.
Like I said, these cases you keep just wanting to go to just see where it's gonna go sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, who are we gonna raid today, y'all? Who are we gonna raid today? Let me take a gander at who's on Twitch. Because here's the thing, guys. I kind of do want to go more. God damn it. Let's see who we got here.
I will say there's a lovely side.
No, that's a random stranger. Do we have anyone who's also doing the charity stream? We've raided Finn recently, so let's raid Esri. Esri is gonna potentially be part of the charity stream later on. So we're gonna say hi to her. Yes! First and foremost, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube. Thank you very much, Ethno, for bringing that out. Let's also make sure that you guys, if you have the ability to, of course, if you can't, do not worry about it. But if you have the ability to, feel free to donate $2 or $3 down to the LGBT Center of Orlando. It's always a good option, and honestly, they're great people. Don't forget, join the Discord and all that cool stuff, guys. Thank you guys very much for joining us today. I sincerely did enjoy this, and I cannot wait to play more of it next Tuesday with Katie. Are you still good for next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Should be.
I gotta solidify these voices more, but I gotta stop going for the Edgeworth voice and go for more what's his name again?
Kazuma?
Go for a Cosmo voice. He's kind of like the Chosen from that Smosh sketch that no one's seen except for maybe me. I don't know. Anyways, and here's the raid message, you guys. If you don't have the emotes, just say plant raid, plant raid, plant raid. Esri is also a mushroom VTuber, so it's kind of cute. We'll see you guys soon. Y'all stay safe and stay Botanist Cool. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.